Welcome back. I'm about to add my rim onto the top of my pot. And the first step is I'm just going to remove some of this excess clay. Perfect. This knife is not very sharp, so don't do this with a sharp knife and then cut yourself. This knife is pointy, but I've been using it for a while and it's pretty dull. All right, so I just kind of removed the excess. It's pretty good. Now I'm ready to add my rim. So I have here is a nice coil, and I want my rim to be a little flatter. So what I'm gonna do is take my coil, lay it out on my surface, and just rub it with a little bit of a wet finger, okay, to make it a little bit flatter. I'm not a super perfectionist, so if this is not perfect enough for you, that won't hurt my feelings. You can do yours super perfect. I'm gonna flip it over, and we do wanna do both sides because then it's flat on both sides, which makes it look nicer on the pot. So I'm gonna rub my finger across it. I do like to rub my fingers along the outside too, to make it a little bit more even. Again, if you are super perfectionist and it bothers you that this isn't super perfectly even, you could roll a flat slab and cut yourself a rim and then clean it up. But I like, the whole pot kind of looks very hand done, and so I kind of like the look of it as a little bit more hand done. All right, so now I'm ready to add this rim. Ready to take a good look at it. And step one is to rib the top of this with a little bit of water. So we create a little bit of glue to stick this on here. I'm going to do the same thing to my coil. Again, just a little bit of water. Some people always paint slip on things, or they have what's called magic slip, which has a little bit of vinegar in it. I just scratch with a little bit of water. That's my whole technique. I'm pretty laid back. I'm going to place my rim on the top. Now you might be wondering, how come I have to add a rim? Why didn't I just leave the pot and not cut it off? Well, you may have noticed the top of that pot, when you rib it, is very uneven, and it will not look nice. Now, I'm going to overlap this piece because it's tapered, and I'm going to take this all the way to here. I'm going to cut down through both, being careful not to hit my pot. Remove this portion here and that bottom little bit, and then notice they kind of fit perfectly back together. I can smooth it to make it even more perfect. All right, now you have a choice. Some people like to fully merge the inside, and some people like to leave like a little lip. So I leave that up to you to make your decision how you want to handle that. But you need to definitely run your finger along this edge on the outside and compress, right? I'm pushing my thumb down and I'm pushing into the base to fully join the rim to the base. Because if you don't, when the two are drying, the rim will just pop right off of the base and then be very sad. You should see no cracks. I should see no separation between the base and the rim. They should look like a hole. Okay, so if I tip it, you can see this crack. We don't want that. So over here, notice how I've completely smoothed it out. That's what you need to continue doing. And it's easier if you put a little bit of pressure with your thumb, push down onto the piece so that they really push together in those little scraping marks that you made with your scratchy tool. Some are using a scratchy fork. I like scratchy forks. Some people remember at school we have a comb. So at school you could use a scratchy comb. All right, so the outside is perfectly done. Now I'm gonna take my thumb and I'm gonna do the inside. And as I said, you can leave the little lip, or you can push down a little bit and remove the lip, which is what I'm gonna do. You don't have to remove the little lip. You could just smooth it, but I like the look of the rim kind of cascading into the pot itself. So it looks more like a piece that was made as a whole instead of as a piece that is added, if that makes sense. All right, I'm gonna leave you to it. I like to keep these little videos short. So you keep merging. You can keep going around smoothing with your thumb. Use your rib on the inside like this. You keep going until it looks super, super, super smooth, okay? And when you come back, we are gonna talk about piercing the pot. See you soon.